The news update: Court gives powerful order to arrest Inspector General of Police immediately over these shocking reasons. Do welcome to today's news, and thank you for tuning in to this channel. But kindly subscribe to this channel by clicking on the subscribe button and also the bell for more updates. To the details, please listen carefully to the end. The National Industrial Court in Abuja has taken a decisive step by ordering the arrest of Inspector General of Police (IGP) Usman Alkali and the First Secretary, Assistant Inspector General (AIG) Afeez Inuwa for contempt of court. The court had previously directed the IGP to reinstate police officers who were forcefully retired from the force, specifically those who had graduated from courses 33, 34, and 35 of the police academy. Despite the court's order, Alkali failed to comply. The affected police officers had approached the industrial courts seeking the nullification of their compulsory retirement by the police boss. Consequently, Justice Oyebiola Oyewumi, the presiding judge, ruled that the IGP, the Police Service Commission, and the First Secretary must reinstate the retired officers immediately. However, since the court delivered its judgment on April 19, 2022, the IGP and the other defendants named in the suit have not adhered to the court order. Expressing disappointment, the court issued an order on June 8, 2023, castigating the IGP for his refusal to comply despite of advice from relevant stakeholders within the police force. The court noted that it had previously issued a case in the judgment directing the reinstatement of the officers. The Police Service Commission, the body empowered to make appointments, positions, and disciplinary decisions concerning the officers, had also instructed the Inspector General of Police to comply with the court's judgment. Additionally, the CP Legal, who heads the Nigerian Police Force Legal Department, had provided legal advice urging the IGP to obey the court's order. Despite these interventions, the IGP has persistently disregarded the court's directives. The court firmly stated that an officer of the Federal Republic of Nigeria who has taken an oath to uphold the rule of law has now failed to comply with the same law. The court criticized the IGP's flagrant disregard for the court's order, questioning the example he is setting for his subordinates. Justice Oyewumi emphasized that justice is not only for the wealthy, but also for the poor and vulnerable. The court expressed dismay at the IGP's reluctance to obey a simple court order, considering his position as the head of an enforcement agency. Consequently, the court found both the Inspector General of Police, Usman Alkali Baba, and the First Secretary, AIG Afeez Inuwa, in contempt and ordered their arrest. They are to be produced before the courts for appropriate action. The case has been adjourned to October 9, 2023. The court's decision demonstrates its commitment to upholding the rule of law and ensuring that all individuals, regardless of their status, adhere to court orders. It sends a clear message that non-compliance with court directive would not be tolerated. The Inspector General of Police and the Assistant Inspector General, both of them, the court had ordered for their arrest. Now, why are they being arrested? They violated the court order. Now, nobody is above the law. Since we have a law in the country and there's a rule of law, no matter who you are not to stay clear or not obey the court order as long as it is the court that gives the order. So now the Inspector General of Police has decided to go against the court order, whereby there was an issue that the court had to tell the Inspector General of Police and also the high AIG that those officers, police officers who were forcefully retired from the office, when it is not yet time for them to retire, those people should be reinstated back. That is, they should be taken back into the police office. Pardon, they should be taken back into the police academy back, and they should be given their uniforms. But despite the courts saying since April 2022, and even issued an order on June 8, 2023, the IGP did not comply despite advice from relevant stakeholders within the police force. He thinks he has gotten to that height whereby he can go against the law. So now that law that he went against now has now taken him, because as a person who has taken an oath to always uphold the rule of law, and now you have failed to comply with the same law, then you need to face the law in which you failed to comply. So now that is why the court has given a directive to arrest the IGP and the AIG, because those two people are the ones in charge of the their head of enforcement agency, and they went against the simple court order. What will take the IGP to listen to the simple court order? Is there anything he wants to gain from not reinstating these forcefully police officers that were retired? We have come to the end of the news, dear listeners. What's your view to this? Please share your view in the comment section. Thank you.